Hey, welcome to another Fashion Figure Friday. We're going to talk about two figures that basically I built myself. I don't like the clothes on him, so he's probably going to get those Dollar Tree clothes for this particular one. All right, so they have the same type of heads because this was all built from AliExpress from 1, 2, 3 different things. The heads, I got 3 different heads in at least the hair is what's different. You get 3 face plates and the hair. You didn't get the little neck thing, so I found out really quickly trying to put them on other figures that when you try to put these heads on other figures, they start prying apart right between the face and the back of the hair because there's nothing in there to really catch it and group it together down there. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to have to get those plates. In order to get the plates, I'm going to have to get the bodies. So I wanted to go with an adult body, but not one that's too tall because it's weird to put a big old round head on a tall body, kind of like the Mycene or Brats or whatever, and they don't work when they're really tall. They look out of place. They look like Blythe dolls, which I think Blythe are interesting, but at the same time, I think they're hideously out of proportion, which I know is supposed to be, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. And then this one's a little bit more proportional. I threw the clothes on him from another figure I had, just because I don't like naked anything laying around. But they're a little bit not really for him. So I need to probably grab some Dollar Tree, the Dollar Tree fashions they have, and put those on him instead, because this is just like he's swimming in his shirt. All right. This looks more correct for the proportionality. He's got this is an interesting body. Again, these are all from AliExpress. This is a true BJD. Now, on AliExpress, everything's BJD. I don't know what, they just don't understand that term. This truly is a BJD, a ball jointed doll. It is strung with elastic. And at the very end, there's these hooks that hold onto the hands and the feet and the head, which I used the little neck knob to make the head stay on. So the head is, again, from a different company, and I used ivory white, or something white, not too white, but I figured that looks like these heads, and it fit perfectly. They have an unusual amount of articulation, but because of the men's string, it's not quite what you're probably expecting from a normal fashion figure or action figure or doll or whatever you want to call these. Like for instance, in the knees, he's double jointed, and it looks hideous without pants over it. It looks absolutely horrible. But at the same time, it's because of the way he's made. And it's a very soft resin, I guess they're making it out of. It's a very interesting, I don't know, it's not plastic as far as I can tell. I feel like it's like vinyl, like the whole thing's a vinyl figure, which is very high quality. I used to have a Corel doll from France, and it was all vinyl. It didn't have a plastic body. It had a vinyl body, and it was perfect. It was amazing. It just wasn't up my alley for normal things, but the quality was there. You could tell the quality was there. So this is very cool, very interesting. Not using my wheelhouse of what I wanted to get, but I just wanted to try these heads because they remind me of the Good Smile companies. When I first saw Mega Man like this, I thought at first, oh, it's too adorable, but then it kind of grew on me. And I really think these are cool heads. I like the different colors of hair. I also have a blue hair one, which I don't have a body for him yet. Like I said, I just bought 2 bodies and 3 heads. I bought the 3 heads first, and I thought they would be usable on other dolls, but they did not work. They just didn't work. And I'll show you some of the face plates I got. So this one, the little one, came with extra hands or paws. He also came with the little back leg paws. He came with extra, you can make him more feral, animal-like. So you can have, I don't even know what these are. Is this one calf set? This is another calf set. So you can replace him with more animalistic looks. I don't really care for that personally. Here's the extra face plates. There's the angry face, the bonked out face, the zoned out face. And there's the shoes that don't fit him at all. That's why I was saying I need to definitely give him a different look. And in the black bag, I'm not even going to show you what's in that. It came with the other fashion figure. It was horrifying to say the least. I was like, what? I thought they said, no, they're not going to show that. All right, now this is a totally different body. This is a 23 centimeter. There's a 23 and a 25 centimeter. I chose the 23 because I figure it'd be a little bit more close to reality. You can hear it when it moves, it kind of creaks. But other than that, it's a really heavy body. I mean, it's amazingly heavy. It feels like it's made out of extremely solid material. But it's not as smooth as I would like. Like the best bodies ever, honestly, are the live bodies. They have such smooth moving joints. This one sounds like me when I move. It's got all that creaking going on, especially when I wake up in the morning. I got like creaking going on. He's also got a little place right in the middle where you can take the flat part off and add other parts. I'm just going to leave it there. I meant to put those in my pocket and throw them away, but then I kept thinking, I'm not going to throw them away here because I don't want my trash bin for some reason. I don't want it. No, I got to get rid of those. It's disgusting. He's got really good articulation. Let me just try to, I guess, I don't want to expose too much because it's just creepy. He's got double jointed knees. The feet, I'm going to put some shoes on him eventually. I'm pretty sure like he's got magnets in, which is a really cool thing. He also has a magnet disc, which I forgot to bring in here. And I want to see if they go through the shoes, but I'm also a little bit afraid I'm going to lose the feet in some shoes. Like if I put high tops on them, when I pull it off, I'm pretty sure the feet are going to go with it. So you might want to use socks. Let me go ahead and take just the shirt off so you can get an idea. Because plus these sleeves are a little too long for him. This is actually a Barbie scaled fashion. So I figured that would be perfect. And that's why it's a little bit high on him riding up. Let me just do it like that because I don't want to go too high. Because getting it off his head is a different story altogether. All right, so there's articulation here, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Now there is articulation at the waist. This doesn't seem to do much. There's also a hole in the back, which is probably for a stand. So there's supposedly articulation there. I don't want to pull it too far because I'm afraid I'm going to break it because I seem to always break things on camera. The articulation in the shoulder, at first I thought he was only going to be able to bend in like this, but no, there's definitely a rotation there and a rotation at the top. So he's not double jointed at the elbow, but he's jointed enough. This part here is a little bit of a pinching hazard. That's what I don't like. But he's definitely going to be wearing clothes because of the fact that these joints, they're not the prettiest in the world, but it's a very nicely quality doll. I mean, you can definitely tell that they put a lot of material in it, at least. I'd like to know if you guys would know what kind of material this is, because I feel like both of these are made out of some kind of resin. They're both very heavy, but for different reasons. He is not strung at all. There's no strings attached to him. It's just nicely, like the line right there, it's nicely hidden. So it's nicely, for the parts that are hidden are nice. You saw his knees, and I'm not going to take anything off down there because he's not got anything equipped. Let me put it that way. But I just, I don't want to leave thoughts. All right, so getting his, if you have trouble getting him dressed, just take his hands off. They will come off. I don't really want to do that. Again, I'm so used to, I'm always breaking things on camera. And even though this is, I would not consider this a child's toy at all. You know, I'm so glad that YouTube has not flagged mine saying, oh, you're showing off children's toys and we're going to make it for children only. Heck, no, this is not made for children, I guarantee you. It may have a child's face. It may have a younger body. I wouldn't say this is a child's body. This is a child's body. These are not something, if you give these to your kid, you're going to expect them to be broken and the kids are going to be crying in the next few days. I would not recommend these for children, but if you're an adult collector, I definitely highly recommend them for yourself. The neck knob. Oh yeah, I need to show you the neck knob. So the neck knob's not completely perfect. He's got a discontinuous joint. So we got a ball joint right there that goes up and down. And if you fiddle with it, you could probably get it to go sideways, but I wouldn't want to do that if I was you. You need to have it where you can look down and look up. And if you need to change the faces, of course, that's easy. You just pull the hair apart. Let me just show you, since this is the one time I can do it. It's this simple. You take this off. Take this off and this off. Now the part that I really needed, and I probably did this incorrectly, but it works, is this part right here, because if you don't do that, I'll show you how it looks like on the bottom. You're going to have this configuration, and over time, like I tried to put on another body, like a skipper type body, and it just pried it apart because this is lower and it catches on nicely, but then there's nothing to catch it back here, and it pushes it apart just from messing with it. I would say playing, but I'm more of a displayer than a player. All right, and putting the heads back on if you want to choose a different face, which I really don't right now. I'm fine. If I was playing around with it a little bit more, I definitely would, but I think this is a perfect face for this one. Put that on first, and then put the hair on. Okay. So yeah, it's a little strange at first to see a rounder head on a slim body. I wish they would make slightly smaller body for this one. Like this is a 23 centimeter, I said. There's also a 25 centimeter if you think, well, that's not big enough for me. Well, go for it. I just think if you're going to have a longer body, you need a longer face. That's why I wish there was something a little bit between these two. Like this is too short, but I mean, I'm not saying I didn't like it. I mean, these are like $10 each. This body right here is about $17 and this is about $12. And the heads were like $7 a set, and that's including shipping. I definitely highly recommend getting these if you're an adult collector, like I said. But again, if anybody knows anything about these, like there's a few people that collect these online. Tell me now, is there a body that's shorter than 23 centimeters, but bigger than this is called the 11 centimeters or OB, I think this is a YMY11 body. Something between these two, because yeah, I think we can compromise. A little too short, a little too tall. I want something that's the Goldilocks range for this particular type of head. The heads are really, like I said, a lot of fun to have different facial expressions, because how many times do you ever play with your fashion figures and wondered if, oh, it would be cool to have different facial expressions on them? Well, instead of erasing their eyes and repainting them, you just take the face off and put another one on. It's almost like fembots from the Bionic Woman. I think it's great. Again, if you are one of the people that collect these things, please comment below and let me know what to look for, because I've looked on AliExpress all over it, and I can't find anything that's smaller than 23 but bigger than 11. And I really want something that's in between the two of them. Like I said, maybe up to here. Or like, if this is, and this is definitely bigger than Skipper size. I would say like more like teen Skipper size maybe. And this is more than Kelly size. But like, let's say like, for instance, if this was Kelly, which is now called Chelsea, and this was Skipper, then we need a Stacy size. That's what I'm looking for. Something halfway between them. I've babbled enough, and I thank you for spending your 12 minutes of your time with me. Have a fantastic Friday.